Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, I got another net worth update for you guys. First things first, today is July 1st, which means you need to pay your rent. It is due. Now, if you guys have watched the net worth updates on this channel before, you would know that typically I do this live, not really live, but I do it with a face cam on and I update my numbers as I talk through the video. However, I'm currently traveling for personal and work reasons, so I'm actually pre-recording this video. But you guys are going to be watching this on July 1st. However, I'm actually recording this on June 15th. So this is actually going to be like a mid-month kind of net worth update. That way you guys still have a fun video to watch when it comes to my net worth. But typically on the first of every single month, I go through and I update my net worth. And if you guys are brand new to your financial journey and you have no idea what I'm talking about, essentially your net worth is your assets minus your liabilities, and that gives you your net worth. It's just kind of a simple way to gauge how well you're doing when it comes to your wealth. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to update all my numbers. I'll put them on the screen so you guys can see them as I talk through them. I'll give you guys an update, kind of where my mind's at with my finances and what my future plans are. So let's go ahead, let's get into it. And as always, these videos start with my Wells Fargo checking account. And currently, as of June 15th, I have $3,879.27 in this account. Now, this is about as basic of a checking account as it can get, right? This is the account where my paychecks go into. This is the account that I spend money out of. This is the account I pay rent out of. This is like my main spending account. And this number fluctuates a lot. It really depends on what day of the month it is, how aggressive I got with investing, how aggressive I got with paying off my auto loan, how much I did or didn't spend. So realistically, there's no real plan attached to this account. This is just where my paychecks come into and where I spend money out of. Next up is my Wells Fargo savings account. Now, I used to keep money in here, but as of right now, I have a grand total of $0 in this account. Pretty much over the past 4 months, I have taken all the money out of this account because I really see no use for it. Once you have a high yield savings account, that makes it pretty easy to transfer money back and forth. You don't really need a traditional savings account at that point, at least in my opinion. So yeah, I keep $0 in here. I do not use this account anymore. I don't want my money kind of rotting away to inflation. So I've pretty much taken all my money out of a traditional savings account. That leads me into my SoFi high yield savings, where currently I have $20,668.98. Now, this is my emergency fund slash house fund slash cash position account. So typically this account serves me 3 purposes. Now, the way I fund this account is every single paycheck, I put $50 towards this account. I know it's not a lot, but I already have a decent amount of money sitting in there, so I don't want to inflate it too much. But basically, once again, this account serves me 3 purposes. The first is my emergency fund. If stuff hit the fan, if I lost my job, if life hit me in the face, if my car broke down, whatever it might be, this is cash that I can deploy to help me in those situations. The second purpose it serves is a house fund. I would like to believe within the next 2 to 3 years, I could become a homeowner. And obviously, when you buy a house, you need some type of cash payment down. So I'm currently building this account to kind of work as a down payment on a house. And lastly, this serves as my cash position. So if the stock market is to drop 5%, 8%, 10%, I can use this money to deploy and get a pretty good sale on the S&P 500. Now, right now, I currently dollar cost average the S&P 500, so I'm always buying. So I kind of just use this money if there's a big drop that I really want to take advantage of. Next up is my 401k retirement through my employer. Right now, this is sitting at $42,039.22. And essentially with this account, it is a basic 401k. Every single paycheck, I send 15% of my paycheck to my 401k. My employer matches 6%. And really, this is, kind of my main retirement driver. What is cool about my 401k is I can pick and choose what I'm invested in. So 100% of my 401k is sitting in the S&P 500, which is really nice. Now, there has been a little bit of downtrend in the beginning of June when it comes to the S&P 500, but obviously I don't care about that. I'm 26. I'm investing my money for the long term, and hopefully by the time I retire, this account has a couple $1,000,000 in it. Next up is my Fidelity Brokerage account. This is your traditional taxable brokerage. Right now, I have $9,569.43 in that account. And this is kind of the account that I use to invest once my Roth IRA is maxed out. So I'm always someone who wants to be consistently investing. So pretty much in terms of priority, I focus on my Roth IRA first, Then once that is maxed out, I switch everything over to my taxable brokerage. In this account right now, it is pretty much made up of VOO, it's pretty much made up of VGT, and then some individual stocks, and a little bit of gold and silver. And pretty much every single day, I dollar cost average the S&P 500 and VGT, and then whenever I feel like it, I might buy a little bit of gold and silver, or I might buy some individual stocks. Next, that leads me into my Roth IRA. And when it comes to, priority of investments, I always want to focus on my Roth IRA before I touch anything else. And I think around March of this year is when I maxed this out. Now, I've currently been contributing to my Roth IRA for the past 3 years. I started when I was 23. And yeah, pretty much this account is fully made up of VOO. And then I also have some QQQM. Right now it's sitting around 60% VOO, 30% QQQM, and then around 10% of individual stocks. And this is my main, Roth IRA. Nothing really special about this. Kind of my main tax advantage account, that I really prioritize when it comes to investing in the long run. Next up is my cryptocurrency account. Currently in this account, I have $11,140.40. Now, this is primarily where I buy and hold Bitcoin. Now, my thoughts on this account, some people are iffy on cryptocurrency. Some people like cryptocurrency. The way I see it is this. Once again, I'm 26 years old. I have a very long time before I ever take profit on anything like this. So I like to buy and hold Bitcoin in this account. Now, if this account goes to $0, it is really not going to affect my life that much. If this account goes to $1 million, that'd be pretty cool. So all in all, I really don't care. My sentiment around cryptocurrency is that you should only use money you are okay with losing when you're investing into cryptocurrency. Even if it's Bitcoin, whatever it might be, I don't care about all the arguments. Just use money you're okay with losing. So in this account right now, like I said, around $11,000, and I still continue to buy and hold Bitcoin. Next up is my personal items, and some people like to include their personal items in their net worth. Some people don't. I'm personally okay with it as long as you're realistic about it. Now, I value my personal items at $13,000, which, pretty much all of this is my vehicle value. And I am undervaluing my vehicle by a few $1,000s because, as you guys know, if you needed to sell your vehicle tomorrow, you're not going to get full price for it. So you just got to be realistic about it. So with that being said, if you add up all of my personal assets right now, it comes out to $125,430.53. Now that is down around $1,400 compared to last month. But once again, this is middle of the month. I'm recording this on June 15th. So I'm still missing a whole paycheck and etc. So it's okay. It is what it is. The stock market was down a little bit. And honestly, sometimes it happens, right? Your net worth's not always going to go up in a straight line. Sometimes it's going to be a little bit choppy, and I'm okay with that. Now, once again, that is the total of my assets. So the next thing we need to do is go through the liabilities. Now, right now, I do not use any of my credit cards. So my Wells Fargo credit card has $0 on it. My Discover credit card, $0. My Capital One credit card, $0. I also do not use Buy Now, Pay Later, so that is at $0 as well. The only liability I have right now is my auto loan. And right now, my auto loan is sitting at $9,391.78. Now, there might be a few things you notice. Yes, I have not made any payments to this since my last net worth update, but once again, it is the middle of the month. Therefore, I haven't really made any payments to it. Usually, if I'm going to make a payment to it, it's towards the end of the month. Another thing you might notice, if you've never watched these videos before, you might say, so you have a $9,000 auto loan, but you also have $20,000 sitting in a high yield savings account. You should just pay off the auto loan. I totally get where you're coming from, and I get where a lot of people are coming from. And you can see that month over month, I've been pretty aggressive with paying off my auto loan. However, I just feel very secure when I have cash on hand. So while I easily could pay off my auto loan today if I wanted to, I just like having the cash there and just making, bigger payments towards it. That's just what I feel comfortable with. Yes, obviously, I could pay it off right now and, clear the debt if I wanted to, but to me, it's not going to make the biggest change of my finances. So right now, I kind of just choose to make bigger payments towards my auto loan every single month. So now if we look at it, once again, my total assets, $125,000, my total liabilities, $9,000. If you subtract the two, that gives me a grand total for the middle of June of a net worth of $116,038.75. So just to give you guys some high level thoughts on where I'm sitting. Once again, it is the middle of the month. I'm recording this on June 15th, so I wasn't really expecting a huge difference. I'm still missing a full paycheck that, hasn't hit me yet, that hits me at the end of the month. So it is what it is, right? Now, the main thing I want to, get across in this video is that when it comes to your net worth, even if you can't track it on a monthly basis, at some point you should at least have an idea of where your net worth is sitting. Now, it's not going to change anything for you financially. Just from tracking your net worth, it's not like you're going to gain money from doing it, but it's a great way to have kind of visuals on your actual numbers, right? And for example, you might have no idea that you're actually in the negative net worth. You might have no idea that you're above $50,000 net worth. And just by tracking your net worth, you can kind of see financial trends that start to happen month over month or whenever you decide to track it when it comes to your finances. So I'm always a big supporter of tracking your net worth. Some people do it weekly, some people do it yearly. I like to do it monthly. It is what it is. As long as you track it to a certain extent, you have a lot better eyesight on what's actually going on with your finances. The next thing I want to get across is you should never get discouraged with your net worth if it's not where you want it to be at. It took me a very, very long time to hit that $100,000 mark. And still now, I try every single day to increase my net worth as much as I can. So if you're struggling to hit a goal, just know that it takes time, right? With your finances, it takes a lot of time for things to start compounding. It's very easy to get motivated and tell yourself that, oh, I'm going to start taking my finances seriously. But then, after 3 months, when you don't feel all that quick progress and instant gratification, it's hard to stay motivated and stay disciplined and actually do it. But I'm just telling you guys, your finances are those things that you have to stay extremely consistent with because the payoff will eventually come through. It took me a very, very long time to get to the point where I was comfortable investing every day. It got, sending 15% of my paycheck to my 401k, paying off my auto loan, etc. And after about 3 years now of taking my finances seriously, I'm starting to see things kind of trend in the right direction. Like when the stock market's up, my accounts are up like $1,000. And it feels really good, but it's taken a very long time to get here, especially since I really wasn't making great money for a very long time until, about 3 months ago, I actually got a job that was paying me decent money. So all in all, thank you guys for watching this video. I know it's kind of different from my typical net worth updates, but once again, pay your rent, track your net worth, stay consistent. That's what I got to leave you guys with. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys for watching the video. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.